wrong. But it's okay. I don't want to get into that topic. That's too big a topic.
It's a
I'm
it's a
using it
show, but
as an example here.
okay.
So since those donors gave Trump so much money, and Jared Kushner naturally agrees with the Israeli position anyway, they wind up doing all of these enormous favors for the Israelis, but with our money, right?
Okay.
So then Biden gives them an even bigger blank check, gives them $20 billion because AIPAC is his top donor throughout his career.
Ooh, this looks like a good discussion. Jillian Michaels and Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, of course. Jillian Michaels has a podcast, and she is one of those RFKJ types who I actually respect. We're going to get into it. They're going to talk about the Saudis here in a second, Jared Kushner. These are conversations I don't hear enough being brought up on the right. So let's go to the left, the Young Turks, Cenk Uygur, Jillian Michaels, and figure this all out.
So both sides are getting tremendous money from pro-Israel people, right? So, okay, then Kushner gets deals with the Israelis through his company when he's done. But people forget, no, his major deals were with the Saudis.
Right.
So he does the Saudis all these tremendous favors when he's supposed to be working for American citizens. He's working for himself. Hunter wasn't in the government. Jared ran Middle East affairs for us. Jared negotiated with the Saudis and the Israelis for us.
Why is there an excuse being made for Hunter? We can talk about Jared and just talk about Jared. Why is it being compared like Hunter wasn't in? Because now we have to go in the rabbit hole and say, wait a second, that almost makes it worse because Hunter wasn't in, but he was trying to broker deals. So you're off the topic. The left does this a lot.
And then he doesn't get $5 million afterwards. He gets $2 billion afterwards. So do you see?
That's not true. So yeah, I've talked about this. It's a problem with Jared Kushner. I'm not going to get too much in a tangent here. They gave him $2 billion to invest, and the money that Kushner makes obviously is millions off of the fees and stuff. But they did not give Kushner $2 billion. That's not a good framing.
That
I do.
And why did
I do, and I haven't gone down that rabbit hole because I don't have any idea what this means, but it has come up a couple of times.
Yeah, so there's the personal corruption and added on top of the systemic corruption. But now when you talk about the things that I'm most worried about, when Trump lost the 2020 election, when he wouldn't just do a normal peaceful transfer, again, I know right wing is going to be triggered because you're in your bubble and you think it was perfectly peaceful and they were tourists or Antifa or whatever, or patriots that went into the Capitol.
FBI.
No, they're still talking about J6. The left is still, and he's supposed to be the base left. Obviously, he's not. Still talking about J6. There's nothing more important. I have no desire to argue with you on J6. I'm going to speed this up. This is just pissing me off. Why are we still effing talking about J6? Tell me in the comments if you care about J6, and you better articulate why. I mean, the ones who should be angry about J6 are the ones on my side who support the J6ers. But why? They're the ones more amped up and into it. I think the other side is trying to move on, wants accountability, but we got to move on. What is this from the left? Still talking about it like it's an insurrection.
Yeah, FBI agents. But guys, they were chanting, hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence.
Right.
They were not peaceful.
So what? I don't care what they were chanting with that. They didn't do anything.
That's crazy that they were chanting to kill Donald Trump's vice president. That's scary.
Wait, is that illegal? What were they chanting? He's just doing this vague thing. So everybody there was chanting that. Is that illegal or not? What kind of framing is this in 2025? That's what you're passionate about on the left? There's no other topic that's more concerned. You're concerned about defending Mike Pence? What is this from the Young Turks and Cenk Uygur?
That is super scary, and that's not made up. That's real. Okay. And the Democrats are so incompetent. There's Cassidy Hutchinson said that Mark Meadows, the chief of staff, came into a room filled with Trump's guys and said he had told Trump that they were chanting about killing the vice president, his vice president.
So what does that have? It's 2025. What does that have to do with anything? Who cares?
And he said he deserves it. That's a bad guy.
And watch the problem here with Cenk Uygur. And I go back and forth. Sometimes he says good things, sometimes he doesn't. And Jillian Michaels just kind of struggled in this discussion to me. But because Cenk is pretty boisterous, pretty forceful. In a couple seconds, he's going to defend, who I also defend, the people on the college campuses who basically say unlive to America. That's not me. I don't say that. I'm not a fan of me saying it, but I defend their right to say it. So you see how I look like a buffoon? That's what Tim Pool tries to say. and I understand why he says it. So you defend their right to say "Unlive America," but then they don't like it when you say whoever said it. He didn't name names. Who said "Unlive Mike Pence"? But it's okay to say "Unlive America."
That's a super dangerous guy. And then he said at one point, and every time I debate a right winger, they go, "No way he said that." Then they look it up. God damn, he did say it. In True Social, he wrote, "Look, when there's fraud like this, we should be able to terminate all rules, regulations, and articles in the Constitution."
Yeah.
No, you don't get to terminate.
So what? He said you should be able to. Did he ever do it? No. So what? You guys do it all the time. You said for student loans, Biden doesn't have to listen to the Supreme Court, which is true. Okay, that's where we're at.
The
You
Constitution,
don't have any moral high ground over anybody.
brother. You don't get to do that. So now he's attacking the First Amendment and saying, "Oh yeah, the press should be canceled." I hate mainstream media. They shouldn't be canceled.
He never said the press should be canceled. He's talking about the White House press corps stuff. He just said, "I want more people in here." He should have said that. He should have said corporate media is all canceled.
Let us beat them in the marketplace of ideas. Don't cancel them. If someone says the virus broke out in the Wuhan lab, don't cancel them. Let's have a debate about it. They might be right. If they say vaccines don't work, don't cancel them. Let's have a debate about it, and we'll see who's right and wrong. And you've got to trust the people. And the problem is the Democrats became authoritarian and didn't trust the people. And Trump says, "Don't bother." No, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cancel them. I want to cancel MSNBC. I want to cancel 60 Minutes.
He didn't say that, and I kind of wish it would be more based if he had.
I want to, now Elon's talking about putting them in jail. And by the way,
Yeah.
protesters of Israel on college campuses, talking about arresting them, not just taking away their diplomas.
I don't agree with that, just for the record, at all. It's a violation of the First Amendment, and it's just more tap dancing for the tiny hats.
Talking about deporting them. Are you insane? We're not going to deport
If
people and
a
arrest
kid's
people for
chanting
disagreeing
death
with
to America or preventing Jewish students from getting to class,
Yeah.
and they aren't a citizen, and they're chanting death to America, I'm for.
Yeah, I'm not for deporting them over that, but what she's saying is they aren't citizens. So there's nothing unconstitutional about that. They're here like a guest in your house. So you can just kick them the hell up out of there if you want to. So that is legal. If you're trying to do that to a U.S. citizen, that is absolutely wrong. But I think it's wrong either way, but not illegal if they're here on the visa.
Deporting them.
No.
No, I
it's
am.
a
Get the fuck out of here.
super dangerous precedent.
Then how can you
Super
come to our
dangerous.
country and chant death to
So,
America?
Jillian,
Get out.
So you see it? You see what happened here? He just was upset about people saying, "Unlive Mike Pence." Unalive Mike Pence. It was and you've got people on the college campus, "Unlive America." No problem. Oh, that's a dangerous precedent. This is a very deeply unserious person. And the whole left is deeply unserious.
Okay, so
Go home.
number one, that is way overhyped. Like they'll find one instance of like 3 dudes doing it on a college campus and go, "Aha! Anyone that is opposed to Israel thinks it's death to America."
So you see how he does that? Just complete hypocrisy right in front of everybody.
Propaganda 101. Half the time, I don't even know if they're actually Palestinian supporters, because if you wanted to shut down all criticism of
So half the time I don't know if they're even Trump supporters, right?
Israel, you know what I would do? I'd put 3 guys in a mask shouting "Death to America" and "We love Hamas," and all of Congress will
And you see Jillian Michaels, it just goes right over her head.
shut down every critic of Israel
Got it.
and will arrest anyone who criticizes Israel.
Okay.
So, do I think that that's the right way to go to protest? No, I think those guys are monumentally dumb. I hate when they say "Death to America" or they put they spray paint Hamas on a statue or they burn the American
right
flag.
away there.
Because
I'm done.
Because look, if you are truly on the side of the Palestinians, you're the biggest moron in the whole world if you do that.
Right.
Because you're going to make the cause of peace much harder, not easier.
Yeah.
You're going to turn all Americans against Palestinians, not in favor of Palestinians.
All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is another one. This is Jillian Michaels on her channel called "The Dems Need a Hostile Takeover" with Cenk Uygur. That's the clip. This is After Show Carnage. Appreciate you hanging out. Let me know what you think.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.